What is up, YouTube? Zuki M1 here, and I am back with part 2 of the Kayn and Renekton video. And this one, you're going to see me make the sprint from gold all the way to plat. You're going to see all of the matches that I had up to this point, so you can really get a gauge of what the deck has to offer. So in this opening hand, you see that I keep the equipment in hand. I still play the berry armory just because that's just the best play right here for me to make. I do see one of the cultists, so I'm going to drop it on this turn, and that way I can also just put on the darkin bloodletters, which is going to help me get the equipment flowing. Plus it doesn't I don't have to commit up to 3 mana. I do swing first though, because I am a bit greedy. I do like to bank mana, so I knew he wasn't gonna block with the 1/1. And this is a burn deck. It's a Timo Sejuani Vi deck, so it's gonna be pretty annoying, but I made sure to put the equipment on afterwards just so I can activate all my get all of my equipment spells to trigger. I'm gonna try to drop the Renekton here just to try to discourage him from attacking, because I do have the 2 gems in my hand to recover, but he does still choose to attack. Again, it's a burn deck, so they don't really care that much, and I do give up the 2/3 here, and the reason why is because it's going to replace itself. So he will activate the Mystic Shot. I'm not really too phased by it, because I do kill one of his units. I get the 1/1 to replace. I'm going and I think I just pass here. So that and the reason why I don't really care as much is because I do have the resurrection spell, so you know that does exist for me right now. So in this state right now, he's just trying to evaluate what he has available to him. I don't really have anything to protect my Kayn right now, so I am in a little bit of a predicament here, just because I don't have much to protect myself. But I do attack the 1/1 here, just to get 1 strike off with the Kayn. And oh wow, I feel a bit ballsy and attack with the 1/1 just to see if he gives it up. His 4/2, thinking I might have some type of buff spell, because I do still have 2 mana bank. He doesn't believe that I have any buff spells, so he does choose to take the 1 damage of health, and that is my turn right there. He's going to play the Heart Growth, because obviously he knows that's the end of my turn. I don't really have much more to play off right there. So I do have the spell that's going to make my Kayn become 5/5, which is going to be very impactful, because if he does chooses to attack and frostbites my Kayn, I can activate that in retaliation to protect him. So I'm going to commit the attack. He's going to deal 5, and then when he frostbites my unit, which I know is coming, oh no, he goes for that. So in that case, I go for the combat. Now this won't kill his unit, but it will trigger my Kayn, which will make him recall himself, add him back to my hand, and which in turn will also level him up. So really good place right there. Just in case you guys did not know, Kayn does have a similar effect to Katarina, where if he strikes, doesn't matter how, if he strikes, he's going to recall himself. So it doesn't matter the game state, and then once they strike, they recall immediately. So right now I'm in a pretty decent position. I'm just trying to see what rest of the mana he commits before I make my next play, because I can't bring back the I can bring back the Renekton. I can do quite a few things, but I'm going to get rid of the Timo just so I can make sure that I can prevent him from setting up some more shrooms, because I don't really have a good way of dealing with elusives except on my attack tokens, and I didn't want to waste my attack token on swinging on the Timo. So I got 1/1 because the equipment, which is gain +1/+1 whenever he attacks. He's going to frostbite my Wrath, but I don't really care, because he does get +1/+1 when he attacks. And so I will go ahead and oh no, do I renege? Yeah, I do renege. I grab his 7-1 because I know I will be stronger than it, and I just go ahead and kill it. And if he tries to frostbite me again, I'll activate the sudden surge to make myself 5 damage. I heal for 7 and heal my Nexus for 2, which is very vital here. As you can see, my opponent is already starting to lose a bit of steam. I'm gonna play the Borite Cultist, grab another Roth, which becomes the Kayn Shadow Step, which gives me the ability of attacking on either player's turn. I do activate the Heedless Resurrection, or do I? No, I renege. It looks like I was trying to decide on which one was probably the best call here, and I think I go for the Zalani instead, actually, so that way it doesn't trigger on my Kayn anymore. Which I don't know. I feel like looking back at it, I think I could have definitely made a better play overall, but I think I did the right thing here, because again, Kayn will heal my Nexus if he decides to swing with everything. Plus I have a way to bring back any of my champions. I think this, yeah, okay, so this is the turn where I bring back the Renekton here, just because he's getting in a pretty wide board. And again, I do have the spell to make my Renekton 5/5. He's trying to set up a lot of shrooms here, as you can see, and I think he just hard pass. I don't think he attacks here. Yeah, so he does hard pass. I'm going to equip the Renekton and try to see if he still wants to commit an attack. I think especially now he doesn't want to commit an attack. So I just summoned the Lunari Cultist, and then he's going to pass turn again because he doesn't want to give up his board state, right? And the shrooms are irrelevant in this matchup, just only off the fact that I keep lifestealing for the same amount of damage that he's dealing to me. So I'm going to use this spell on that to make sure my Renekton gets big enough to be able to kill it. So Renekton's going to pull her, Zalani's going to attack, Kayn's going to attack, and I think I pulled the Puffcap Peddler. And I attack with her in case he doesn't believe that I have something to be able to kill his 4/4, because I think he wants to block with that. Yeah. So then I activate the quick spell to make my unit 5/5.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, ooh, I want to watch me.
Oh, in this situation, I think I just let it die because he didn't block with the 4/4. So she's gone. No more frostbite for free. And we heal the Nexus for 2 and heal Kayn all the way back up. And well, Roth in this situation. And then we just use a whole bunch of gems on my units that I have right now. Oh yeah, first we're gonna do that to get another lifesteal unit, and then we use a whole bunch of gems here. I think only like 2 gems, honestly. Oh nope, never mind. I remember now. I was going to initially use the I was initially going to use the gems, but then he dropped the 7/7, so I wanted to attack it to prevent him from being able to build up more stuff. But I wasn't big enough to be able to kill it, so I just took free damage. I do have another spell, and by the way, that isn't like only once, meaning I can bring back another champion. I can bring back the same champion that died this game. But I just choose to use a lot of my gems here. Again, I know 2 of his cards in hand right now are just a puff cap, so I'm not really as worried about it. So I just pass turn here and just see what he does.
Yeah. No, bro, it's gonna get worse. You'll see. Watch the movie.
He's gonna use the puff caps. Again, it is a burn deck, so he wants to try to put as much puff caps in there as possible. So I do block this, and I think that last card is a Mystic Shot. Yeah. So he does Mystic Shot my Renekton, which is okay. You know, no big deal. So you Mystic Shot it. The 7/7 kills my Renekton. Then I activate this to bring it back.
I'm surprised the show was only 58 episodes.
And then I equipped him again. And he passed his turn because he has no more cards to play, right?
Well, I mean, his
So
win
now,
might-
starting my turn, Kayn is going to pull the 7/7. Or do I pull somebody weaker? No, I pulled the 7/7. Because even if he kills him, it doesn't really matter as much. Because I still have a lot of damage to his face right now. So, and plus he only had like one card in hand, so I wasn't sure if he was going to see the Mystic Shot again. I do buff this unit to prevent it from dying, and yeah, we just heal back 2, get 8 damage for Renekton here, and just pretty much just snowball really well. He gets a 3/3 unit, gets another puff cap, but as you can see, my health is nowhere near in danger this match. So he activates the last puff cap shrooms. I think I activate this to kill one of my units. Yep. And summon another Zalani. So we're in a really good spot. We got 2 darkins. We got 3 overwhelm units. One is 11/11. Renekton is 8/3. And he just surrenders off that because there was no top deck that would have saved him in that particular situation. And that was game 1. So coming up, we have game number 2 where we win it against Vayne Riven. So it's going to be like Nasus Demacia with a whole lot of equipment cards and things of that nature, which, you know, it's understandable. You know, those are pretty good regions together. I choose not to renege my hand because I did see the Buried Armory. I really like this card in this deck because it does help boost up my Renekton to some really crazy numbers. And mainly I just put that on Renekton because Kayn automatically equips his scythe onto him, so it doesn't really bother me as much. So I knew why he traded into me, because he does still get to deal the damage, and he also gets to have the equipment in hand for Vayne for the tumble play following up. So I knew that was what he was aiming for. As you can see, I have no units in hand, so that's a pretty sad turn. But it didn't really do too much impartial right there. As you can see, I drew the Renekton, which is crazy good. So we dropped the Renekton. Now he's trying to decide on whether or not he wants to attack right here. So he was trying to decide, and then he passed his turn back over to me because I believe that he thought that I had quicksand because this is Shurima. So I know he was trying to play around the quicksand to prevent my Renekton from just getting free damage. So he did activate the equipment just in case I did have quicksand, but then I activate my equipment. So this is going to make him hard pass this turn. Now from him hard passing his turn, I swing with the Renekton here. I grab his unit. It's going to make my unit 10/9. And he's going to attempt to use a heavy spell on me. Yep, Concerted Strike, and I activate this for 2 mana. So he wasted 5, and I only spent 2, and he just loses his unit off of that. So that was really detrimental to him, and he just did not want to play the game state after that. So he ends up pressing the surrender button, and that was game 2. So coming up next, we have the matchup against Seraphim, Ezreal, and Nami. So he put all 3 of the most problematic champs together in one amalgamation of a deck. This is a pretty good opening hand, believe it or not. I got an equipment, I got the Buried Armory, I have a champion in hand. This is kind of a champion reliant deck. It's not like super reliant on champions, but it does kind of really want to see his champs. So we dropped the Buried Armory on turn 1, which is really good. Oh, do I just pass? Oh, you know why? I wanted to bank the mana for the cultist so I can activate the equipment, because there's no point in me playing the Buried Armory turn 1 because I could have a bank mana to use for the Keeper of the Box. which is kind of greedy, but she also gains lifesteal and have fearsome, so it doesn't really cost me anything to do that. So that was my idea as to why I didn't do that initially. Plus it also triggers my 2 mana spell shield, so that's a really good situation for me. So we're gonna attack, get 2 life back. He cannot check me right here unless he has the mystic shot. If he does waste the mystic shot, I don't know if I would want it to save it per se, because there's really no reason to. But he doesn't have the mystic shot. He does have the make it rain instead. I'm debating on if I wanted to play units or not, but at this point I'm already like super you know, I'm already behind on the curve that I was looking for, which was have 3 bank mana to be able to play Renekton on turn 4 and then equip him with the buried armory card. So I will play this cultist. This is going to grab me Kayn. It doesn't matter which one that I play in this particular situation, but I do want to look for the predictor to see if I can get bigger. I do see another spell shield, so I'm going to pick that. Or do I pick the... Yeah, no, actually I think I picked the combat spell. Because in this particular situation, it would probably be better to go for the combat spell, just so I can have something to be able to hit units that's sitting on his bench. Decks like this, which really thrive on units just sitting on the bench, you definitely want to have something to be able to check them. So I think he just passes his turn here. There's no real reason for him to go crazy or harden the pain in any way, shape, or form. I do drop the Kayn here. And just check to see what he has. He could thermite beam my Kayn, but I don't think he has it in him to thermite beam. And then we just swing wide with all the units on board. It's a pretty decent position that we're in. I think I don't want to give up the Borai, because she does do an extra ping of damage whenever she sees a unit with equipment or a darkin attack. So we killed Shelly. We killed his 3/3, and he's gonna activate his Victor's champ spell, and then I just equip the Bloodletter to the 1/1 to make it 4/3, but it cannot block. That's the only unfortunate part about that unit. It cannot block, but it's a big boy to attack with, so it's not a bad trade-off, to be honest. So right here, we're just gonna pass turn and let them start their turn. We do have the we do have the Furious Swing, just in case, because he did manage to get his Victor into an elusive unit. So I'm going to swing on his Victor right now. No. I think I renege, actually. I think I activate the gem first, then swing. That way I'm big enough to kill it. Which does put me at 2, but I still have enough of my spell shield. So notice how I constantly leave myself with at least 2 mana banked to be able to have enough of my spell shield. So I will recall here and choose to go red Kayn, obviously, because, you know, best Kayn, red Kayn. And again, like I said before, you know, anything that rhymes always has to be true, clearly. But yeah, so right now we're in a really great spot. He just had to give up his whole attack turn because he wasn't able to attack with the elusive unit. His Seraphim is an absolute must for him. So we're just going to swing with everything right here. I'm going to grab his Seraphim, and we just commit to the attack. Trigger the Borai to deal an extra ping of damage. And he's going to activate Drum Solo. Now, because he didn't activate 2 spells last turn, those cards did not get reduced. He's going to try to increase the health of his Seraphim to try not to die here. But it wasn't enough. I guess he was just trying to prevent me from doing Overwhelm, to be honest. So, I'm perfectly fine with this. I allowed this to happen. And he loses his Seraphim here. I heal, and then I play Renekton now, or do I play this again? Oh no, I play Zelani. Interesting. I think I played this Zalani here just because she is another overwhelm unit that's 7/7 without me having to put the equipment, which would have gave him 2 passes. But honestly, I don't know. I don't know what I was actually thinking there in that particular situation. But he does get the Nami level up, which could be a problem if he had a wider board, but he doesn't. So as you can see, this deck is very good at being able to check all his units that he just keeps sitting on the board with. So I do drop the Renekton on this turn. I'm going to play the Treasures of the Sand to make it an 8/8 unit. He activates the Discreet Invitation, and then that's just to buff up his unit. But remember, Nami did lose the give your units plus grant 2 damage and 1 health. That 1 health actually made a huge difference, because by nerfing that 1 health that it was receiving, it actually makes these units killable. So we're gonna kill the Nami here, because oh no, we killed the avatar of the spirit. I think I went for that because I wanted to keep it from attacking. It is a rather big unit and I didn't want to trade into it. Now that was just a misplay on his end, because by him activating that, it doesn't do anything, because it's going to transform into my Zalani, exact stats and everything. So I'm not exactly sure what he was aiming for by using that burn spell, because I did gain back to 4 health. Then I just equipped my Renekton, and we're just coasting right here, you know, because next turn his Nami will die, and I have 2 other units with Overwhelm that's going to be swinging big as fuck. So right here we get the attack token. Oh, and I see the Renekton spell, so that makes it even that much more sweeter. We're just gonna use this to attack into the Zalani. I just don't care. Oh my god, I'm such an ape. Yeah, and he surrenders, but I'm an ape. Alright, then we go to game 3. Game 3, we got the infamous deck that I was telling you guys about before, which was the Vayne Gwent, and I think this was the deck, I mean the deck that I had to beat to get into plat. So what a great way to be able to end the video. This one is going to be a sprint. It is not a no, it's not even a sprint, it's a race, because we have to have a really long endurance for this match. It is going to be long AF. No joking though. So right here, turn 1, didn't have any turn 1 plays, which was a little disheartening. Didn't see any equipment, so we're just gonna play the Lunari Cultist, because I know that even if he summons a unit, I can block his 2/1 and she wouldn't die, plus I'll generate a gem. So I'm just gonna play the Cultist to discourage him from attacking with the 2/1. He will attack me with the 3/1 right here. I cannot block it because it has Fearsome. Nothing I can do about that. So he gets to deal 3 points of damage, and he just passes it back over to me. On the following turn, I play another Lunari Cultist right here, and hopes. Well, I have to play 1 more Cultist to be able to get the Kayn, so nothing I can do about that for right now. I will swing with both though, because if he does block with both, both of them will die, and only one of them will die. I do play the Burai Cultist and then get the Kayn. And I think I just passed my turn here, because there's really no point in giving up units. Oh no. I attack with the Burai, because even if he blocks with the Broadwing Petricite, I remember the exact thought. If he blocks with the Broadwing Petricite, it becomes a 0/1 with Challenger, which doesn't impair me at all. So that's what I was thinking on in that particular play. Right here, I think I play the chick with Fearsome, and as you can see, I've gone like 4 turns without seeing a single equipment, which is not like my deck at all, as you guys have seen in all of the matches up to this point. So it's a little disheartening. I'm in quite the predicament right here. I'm trying to determine if it's the right call to play the Renekton here or not. But no, I decided on just playing the Keeper of the Box and just having a fearsome unit, and he's going to attack with everything, obviously. I choose not to block the Gwen because I don't think there's a point in me doing that. No, actually there is, because she would deal more damage to my face, and I don't want to die. So I just let everything die here. Yeah. So he does the 2, kills the Lunari cultist, kills the other Lunari cultist, deals force to my face. So I'm not in the best of spots right now. Very bad spot, to be honest. But we do get to drop the Kayn here. Auto equips that will trigger my other 2 spells. Like I said before, even if I don't see any equipments for the first 4 turns, it doesn't matter because he's going to be guaranteed to grab that. And I think I pulled the Gwen here. No. Okay. Yeah. So I do kill his Petricite Broadwing, and I think I give up my lifesteal unit, or do I? No, I think I'm trying to remember what exactly did I do here in this situation. So I do pass again. There's no point in me going crazy. He attacks with both. Now what did I do again? I can't block that. I know that. I was trying to determine if I wanted to block the Gwen or not. Okay, so I choose not to. And take the 6 to the face. Now, this is the turning point in this matchup for me. And it's definitely it's going to be very abundant and on the following turn. Because by me getting this Kayn level up, what it does is it gives me a constant 2 points of health that I regain every single turn. So even though the Gwen does level up here, and you know Gwen tends to be a bit of a problem, I do still get to gain back 2 health every time he attacks. And if he just attacks with the Gwen, I'm in an okay position. So I pass the turn back over to him. And I think he summons a couple more units here. Oh no, he just attacks. And I just block with the 2/2. Or do I? Nope. I try to block with the Kayn here actually. And I think that was the right call because I do still have something to check his check to see if he has vengeance or not. But he doesn't. He has sharp sight and another sharp sight, which threw me off. I was so confused by that. But I was like, okay, I can't do nothing about that. Yep, you killed my Kayn. So he gets to deal 4. And he kills my Kayn. And then I think I play the Renekton here. And I equipped him with the Corrupted Scythe. No, do I put the Corrupted Scythe on him? I think I put it on my lifesteal unit because I definitely needed to regain some life at this point. I'm greedy. I actually just banked on that turn, huh? And I got lucky. I saw another Roth, so I'm gonna drop the Roth, and that's really huge here by seeing that top deck right there. I won't lie. That was definitely big luck. Because I'm at 1 HP. If he saw vengeance, not vengeance, if he saw atrocity, he would have won, right? But he didn't. So I was very fortunate right there. And then we just commit with everything. And this is the huge turning point for me. So he's going to lose 7 health here, and I'm going to gain 4. That's really big. So we're gonna gain this life back. Thank you. Come again. Kill the butler. Thank you. Come again. And now we're back in the game, right? We're in an okay position. He drops the unit that is supposed to grab his Gwen, but watch what it grabs instead. I thought that was hilarious. It's gonna be pretty funny. We do have a lot of gems in hand to be able to buff up units. I did see the Kayn spell, which is really cool here. I think I just blocked the 3/6 with I blocked the 3/6 with the 1/3, and then yeah, so he's gonna try to kill the Renekton here. Block that, and then block this, and we gain back 2 life. I'm not really, I don't really care as much about losing the Renekton here, because right afterwards we're gonna kill his 3/5 unit, and now we're just coasting, right? Gain back another 2 health. Gonna activate his champion spell to kill this unit, and we're gonna gain back another 2 health. Yep, and then we just pop, gain back the health, and as you saw, she gets her ability regardless of the gain state, essentially. So now right here is where the game state is going to get really annoying. So now this is on me for not being greedy, I guess, and just activating all of my gems just based on his current game state. But I just swing with everything. Now if I would have activated the gems, this would have been lethal, right? But I did not activate the gems because I didn't think he was going to continue to try to play, especially saying how I had like so much stuff to check everything that he was doing. Like right here, right? I thought the surrender was coming, but it didn't. I gained back another 2 points of health. So I'm like, I wasn't exactly sure what he was hoping to gain there, but yeah, I didn't realize that he was going to be able to put the gain state in such a detrimental state just from off of me being greedy and not using the gems there. So he does see the vein, and I activate the and this is where the deck comes alive, right? So he's generating constant amounts of hollow, as you can see. At this point, I think he's at like 6 or 7 hollowed. So he's pretty huge, right? And I'm forced to have to block his vein here because he's going to use the tumble to attack with her. And for him, it doesn't bother him because he knows in my hand are pretty much all gems. And if those last 2 cards were something else, I would have played it in one last turn, right? So I'm forced to have to block the vein. We trade units, and then he gets a he gets to get rid of my Kayn because I'm forced to have to block it. So right now I'm in a real bad position. You can definitely see it on my face. I definitely realize how much I have messed up here. I summon a Borai, and I try to swing immediately, but then he got that, right? So I'm like, crap, that's not good. So I just equipped it with the scythe. Try to kill his units here, but I know the following turn he does have another hollowed unit that he can use to attack with, which is going to kill my Borai priestess again. So this is not a good position. I do have the 2 spell shields that I keep hovering over just because I'm like, man, can I make use of it? Then I see the Kayn, and he sees another vein. So I was like, oh man, what oh, man. So it's gonna be a similar situation as before. He's gonna attack with this. He has 10 hollowed at this point. This is gonna make it 11 once this dies, because I'm again forced to have to block. And now that dies, gets another hollow proc. He's going to attack with the vein from the tumble spell. Cannot do anything about that. And he's going to make his vein 16 damage, I think. 16 or 15. Nope, 14. I was off on both. But again, forced to have to block. Both of us die. And I get another corrupted scythe. So right now, this is not the best of positions. I'm literally hoping, and I see the card that gets me out of this situation. I bring back the Kayn, or is it Renekton? I don't remember. Okay, yeah, it was Renekton. And I just swing for game. I don't even try to equip him, I just swing. I put the spell shot on him just to make sure I don't die to any BS. Bop. And that was the match, guys. All of that happened from just off of one misplay of not using the gems when I had the chance to push for game. But as you can see, that was the game that pushed me into plat. And from that point on, I go undefeated with this deck.